Hello, everyone. I'm Dr. Hassan Tohid with a live session on career guidance. This was a much awaited session. So let me share the link with you all so that we can start. Okay, and please ask questions. Please ask questions, whatever questions you have. And let me make sure that you all. Okay, now I am myself looking at this. Okay, yeah, this is on my channel. Okay, so yes, it is live, guys. Okay, give me a second. Let me make sure you all have the link. I'm sharing the link with all of you. Okay, so just be patient with me. Okay, thank you for joining me. Thank you. I can see somebody's already here. Okay. So you guys can ask questions, but I will also start and share something with all of you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for joining. I can see somebody has joined. Okay. So guys, this is a career guidance session and we'll discuss about career options, how you can improve your career, what are the things you should do or you can do in your career to improve and to be successful. So remember, we will start with the extra master's degree. Many people ask this question that what degree should I get? What kind of master's degree should I go for? And many people with internal medicine candidate, especially the internal medicine candidates, they ask this question. So anyone who is here already, please do introduce yourselves to me. Type your name down in the chat and tell me any questions, career related questions, and I will answer your questions. Okay, so let's talk about this. And by the way, I will try my best to do this session as frequently as possible. I would say I would try my best to do it every week or every other week, but this session is going to be very frequent, and because the students have so many questions. So let's start with the career success. Remember guys, many people ask this question that as a doctor, should I go for master's degree? My answer is always yes. Yes, you should go for a master's degree. Any extra degree will help, and it improves your overall personality. Many people just go for the piece of paper. Many people just go with the piece of paper and they think that this is for the piece of paper that I have to show on my CV. It's not about that, guys. Anything you learn, any time when you learn something, you develop new neurons, right? So your personality changes. A person with an extra degree, you can see that in that person's personality. Yes, you can see that. It is visible. It does not remain hidden. A person who is a continuous learner, you can detect it right away by looking into their personality. So extra degree does help. Now, many people say that, okay, I'm applying for US residency. What about the master's degree of my home country? Should I mention that on my profile, or should I take master's admission in the master's program in India? This is a very important question, right? So now my answer is, remember, the real thing is not the piece of paper. The real thing is education. So when you do masters in India, it is reflected in your personality. Masters is not a joke. So go get a master's degree wherever you are, whatever country you are from. If you are from Africa, if you are from Middle East, you're from India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Nepal, anywhere, Don't underestimate the power of an extra degree from your country's university, because not only it improves your knowledge, but it is visible in your personality. It is visible in your personality. This is why I'm emphasizing again and again the power of master's degree. Now, check your local universities, check online universities too, because nowadays, now online versus on campus, both carry equal weight. The times have changed. We are not living in those times where people only used to consider those degrees that were on campus. So if you have a full-time job, you are busy, you cannot take admission, you are a mother, you have kids at home, or you are a husband and you have a family and you have a full-time job, but you want to learn and want to add some degree, then go with an online degree or go with a hybrid model. Some classes online, some on campus. That's how you that's how you learn. That's how you grow. So you can do it. Remember, just don't rely on the one job that you're doing and not doing anything afterwards. Just 1 to 2 hours on your self education. Self education will make you a fortune. I'm telling you guys, self education will make you a fortune. So, Shah has a question. Dr. San, this is Shah. My question for you today is, how do we enhance our chances of acquiring postgraduate research fellow, and where and how do we apply? Depends which country, first of all. If it's in your home country, then I would say contact all the universities. Go to their websites, apply, and then physically make a phone call. Yes, that's the problem. Many people just rely on emails, but they don't want to make a phone call. They're scared. So make a phone call, talk to people out there, finish your fear. And the first phone call will be fearful. Remember, the first phone call is always scary. The first phone call is always scary. But then when you develop the habit of calling again and again to different universities, your fear will go away. This is how you practice talking to strangers. That's how you do it. Does that make sense? Everyone is clear about it. Okay, so this is what you need to do. Contact the universities, make a phone call, and if you can, physically go over there and talk to professors who have labs. Talk to them. How you can go about it. Maybe they will tell you that this is the procedure. You're applying in the wrong direction. You're applying the wrong way. Contact this person, that person, or maybe that person himself can help you. The problem is we don't want to leave our couch. We want to have success sitting home. Guys, success does not happen this way. Success does not happen sitting on a couch. You got to stand up, leave your home. Success happens when you work so hard that you are sweating. It is rightly said that I gave my sweat and blood for success. Yes, success does not happen without sweat and blood. You have to leave your house, talk to people, go knock doors, email, phone calls every day, email, phone calls, go to the place. That's how you get positions. Remember, finding a position, a job, is a full-time job itself. If you're not applying for 4 or 5 hours, maybe 8 hours a day continuously for the position you're looking for, you will not be able to find it. Many people say that, oh, I applied. I have heard a story that some person said he was jobless, and somebody asked him a question. Oh, what happened? Did you find a job? He said, no, I applied last month to this company and they haven't responded back. I'm waiting. Wow, what an attitude. Success does not come to you like this. Success is not easy. If it were easy, everyone would be successful today. You need hard work. Applying for these research positions, any job in the world is itself a full-time job. If you're sitting full-time at home, you don't have any job, then keep applying all day long. Contact people, call them. Look at the websites where you can find jobs. Now, Shah has a question that he's from Pakistan. How can he apply for research position in the US? Without legal status in the US, you cannot work in the US. You have to have a green card or US citizenship, J1 visa. These are the mandatory requirements. If you don't have it, you cannot work in the US as a research fellow. You can apply for remote position sitting over there and applying to different places, different labs, different hospitals, different university hospitals, different university programs. And you, if you're lucky, maybe you will find a place. But I'm telling you, without legal status, you cannot do it. So the first thing first is go and do something for legal status if you want to come to the US. That's the most important thing. Don't try to come to the US on B1 visa or B2 visa and then trying to do illegal job. This is not the way. You are going to be in serious trouble. And you could be banned forever from coming to the US. So don't make this mistake. Which master's degree is good? MBA, MS, PH, or master's in biostatistics with epidemiology? Bhavesh Sagar has asked this question. Bhavesh, now it depends. What are you passionate about? What is your passion? What do you love the most? Out of these three fields, or two fields you mentioned, biostatistics with epidemiology and MBA and MSPH, which one are you more passionate about? Because you will perform well, you will easily submit the assignments, complete your graduation if you really love that field. People try to join fields without loving that field. This is the tragedy. This is the tragedy. You cannot do it. You cannot do it if you don't love something. So find something you are passionate about. How do you know what is your passion? Something that keeps you excited, something that you can work or keep doing work related to that particular field and you don't get tired. This is a sign of passion. Like, for example, for me, teaching, for example, this is my passion. I cannot get tired of telling people something I know. I cannot get tired. I can do that all day long. If you ask me to keep sitting on this live session for 12 hours nonstop, trust me, guys, I can do 12 hours. You guys probably have not known me before because I was not conducting these live sessions, but those who know me, they will tell you. Okay, so I can do that. Why? Because it's not a magic. I'm not better than you. I'm not smarter than you. It's because I just found my passion. I love certain fields. I love the field of mental health and I love teaching. So I cannot get tired of doing this. So this is a sign of nature to the sign of nature is that you don't get tired of something that nature wants you to use for serving humanity. With our passion, we have to serve people. Right? I'm serving you all right now. I'm helping you all, trying to answer your questions. Okay, Bhavesh, so now you understand the answer. Which one are you more passionate about, MBA or biostatistics with epidemiology? What are you passionate about? What do you really want to do? What kind of career do you want? It all depends on you. Hi, Sani Ibrahim. Any question, any other question? I'm here to answer your questions. Okay, so remember this. Okay, another question came up, Dr. S. Parvis. How can we find epidemiology related funded PhD programs easily with medicine and MPH major in epidemiology? Remember, remove the word easily. Life is not easy. Life is tough. If you keep finding easy ways, you will be destroyed. Your whole life will be ruined. There is no easy way of success in this world. Nobody ever became successful with easy effort. Everyone who became successful became with excessive hard work, sweat and blood, as I say. Nobody can be successful with least amount of effort. So there is no easy way to find a job, to find a position. Epidemiology related funded PhD program. Simple Google it. Simple Google it. You will be able to find it. And also write it down on ChatGPT, for example. Maybe ChatGPT can give you some suggestions. Now contact that program, email. They will have an email address out there, multiple emails possibly. Send a wonderful response, a well-respected response. Send it. Once you send it, what do you do next? find another other website. Now do the same thing. Then another website. Then do the same thing. Then another website. Do the same thing. Keep doing it again and again, again and again, again and again. And set a challenge. Give yourself a challenge that I will apply at 100 places. That's how you find a job. If you apply for 100 places and you still don't get hired, then what do you do next? Apply to 100 again, new 100 places. But you decide yourself, you say to yourself, I will not stop until I succeed. The most powerful word in this world is until. The most powerful word in this world is until. Say to yourself, I will not stop applying for these positions until I find a position. Apply to all the places in the US. If you have applied to all the places in the US, now wait for a few months and then reapply. There will be some other options available. Meanwhile, apply to other countries. Meanwhile, apply to other countries. There's so many opportunities. The problem is that you, sorry, you shut doors for yourself when you just stick to one country. Think of other options. Maybe nature wants to take you somewhere else. Maybe nature wants you to serve some other population. Why are you so inclined towards coming to the US? Some other options. Look for other options. And in the future, with that experience, after a few years, then apply for the US position as well. I'm not asking you to give up. I'm asking you to change the strategy a little bit. Change the strategy a little bit. For 2 years, go to any other country, learn, get that experience, and keep searching the positions in the US. Meanwhile, keep learning during those 2 years, change your personality. Are you getting my point? Are you getting my point? Okay, so Parvez, does this answer your question? Sani Ibrahim has, sir, please look at my topic, assessment of EdTech resources as tools for enhancing teaching and learning education in psychology in Jigawa State Polytechnic Dutse. So is it a good topic? That's what you're asking for research. Although this session is not for research. Although I don't know if you guys know we have a research program. If you want details, how to write and work on a real paper that you complete while learning side by side that you can later submit, then you can contact me. You all have my number, WhatsApp number now. So you all can contact me right away if you want details of that. But here the session is not of research. Here we are talking about career related points. However, I can still answer your question, Sunny, that the answer is that yes, it's not a bad topic. It's a good topic. Any topic can become good. It depends how you handle it, how you do it. Make sense? Okay, anyone else has any question? So let's talk about the medical doctors. Guys, now, remember, how do you get residency match in the US? How do you become a doctor in the US? Take USMLE step 1, but remember, you have to be a graduate doctor. Make sure you have graduation done. In India, graduation is done after internship. In Pakistan and in other countries, you get a degree without the internship, the house job. So whatever the rule of your country is, you get a degree and then you take USMLE step 1. Give yourself 6 months if you are a sharp student. If you were a bad student during first year, second year, third year, then give yourself 9 months and keep studying hard, and the same common resources. Everyone knows those resources, right? What are the resources? First aid book, Pathoma, and then of course the third one is UWorld. So a combination of these will be essential. And whatever currently people are doing, just ask them if there is anything else that is in trend besides these 3 things. So try that as well. But give yourself 6 months if you are a good student, I would say, and for step 1, and then 9 months if you were not a good student. But this is a full-time preparation, full-time job. Like full-time job is an 8-hour job, right? All around the world, the full-time job is an 8-hour job. So your job is just to study every single day. Every single day, 8 hours without interruption, no cell phone. Only then you will be able to pass USMLE. Step one just needs to be passed. Then step two, you take step two in 3 to 4 months. If your step one preparation was really good, 3 to 4 months. If not, then maybe 6 months. Once you're done with that, then OET. Once you take OET exam, which is a language exam actually, primarily. Once you pass that exam, you are ECFMG certified. Then you apply for residency match. You do the whole procedure that everyone does, right? And you now wait for the interviews. If you get interviews, you perform really well in the interviews, then you apply for the then you wait sorry then you wait for the residency match result. Like for example, this year it will be March 17th. So that's how you do it. And then the result comes out and you match. If you don't match, then you apply for the SOAP match and you try your luck. SOAP is possible. Many people match in SOAP too. I know not everyone, the percentage is very, very low, but it is still a possibility. So that's the one way of applying for residency in the US, to be a doctor in the US. Now, second way to practice medicine in the US. What is the second way to practice medicine in the US? It is fellowship before residency. Yes, you can join clinical fellowship before residency. Here you directly can apply to the programs, or just contact the program and ask them the procedure. Ask them the procedure. The requirement would be, again, USMLEs. That's very important, USMLEs. Then what is the next requirement? So ECFMG certificate, right? Home country active license. So don't let your license canceled in your home country. And you get license in Pakistan, India, Nepal, Bangladesh after internship, mainly the house shop. Permanent license. So keep that license active. The third thing is that many fellowship programs will require you to complete home country residency. Home country residency. Have you completed the home country residency? So your chances of getting fellowship before residency shoot up. And very few people know, still very few people know that you can actually do fellowship before residency. And I have been saying that so many times, and I want everyone to learn this, that yes, there is a possibility of getting fellowship before residency, and try to get as many research publications as possible, high quality research papers as good as possible, as many as possible. Then you will be a very good candidate for fellowship application. Contact the programs. If you're already in the US, you don't need to worry about the legal status if you're a green card or citizen, or you already have J1, for example, or any kind of legal work status. But if you are not here, then contact the programs and figure it out. If they have visa application process, do they apply for your visa? Check it out. Success does not come to you by just sitting on YouTube and listening one video after another. How to be successful does not make you successful. Taking action makes you successful. Success is determined by your action taking capacity and capability. How do you take action? How often do you take action? So what I'm telling you, if you are not acting upon it, you will not be able to succeed. Action determines your success. The more the action, the more the success. Right now, you're just absorbing information, but you haven't taken any action. Action would be to pick up a phone, start making phone calls to the programs. Start making phone calls to the research positions which you apply for, the institutions that have research positions available. I mean, that's how you do it. Are you getting my point? That's how you become successful. So this is the second way to get the position as a physician in the US. Both require USMLEs. So if anyone says or tells you that you can be a doctor in the US without USMLEs, he's lying to you. If anyone says you can practice medicine in the US without USMLEs, he's lying to you. Okay. Now, option number three. Option number three, how to work as a physician in the US. Now, some states in the US have allowed people to work as a physician without residency, not USMLE, without USMLE, no, without residency. So USMLE is again a must requirement. Home country active license. And some of these states want you to complete your home country residency. Then you are eligible to practice in those states, but legal status is a must. If you have a green card or citizenship, then you have a very good chance to get this temporary license. It's called provisional. It's called provisional licensing, temporary license. So you get the temporary license, and that's how you practice medicine. You work like a junior doctor, I would say. You work under supervision. And for example, New York State allows you to work for 4 years without residency. Meanwhile, during those 4 years, you need to find residency. Some states, like Arizona, they have already said on their state medical board website, you can go and check that if you have done home country residency in certain countries they mention, then they will give you the temporary license to practice medicine in the US, in the state of Arizona. And if you work in a remote town for, I guess, 2 to 3 years, something like that, please check the website. Then they will convert your provisional licensing to permanent licensing. This is the information last time that I read that website. But everyone, please do check the website frequently, because these rules may change. Then you would say, oh, he gave me the wrong information on his YouTube channel. He gave me a wrong information. No, I'm not giving you the wrong information. I'm giving you whatever was the latest updated information. It may change. That's why you guys have to take decision really fast. What do you want to do? Where do you want to go? What do you want to do? Right? Remember, guys, anything is achievable. Everything in your life is achievable. Nobody can stop you from becoming successful if you decide to be successful. So what I want everyone to do is write a list of 100 things that you need to do before we die. So write down 100 things to achieve in this world, in this life, before I die. And write down 100 things. What are those 100 things? You write down like a house. I need a house. I need a car. I need a car driving license. I need to be in that country, XYZ country, or if not, then in this country. And I will have that kind of job. Then I will have that kind of life, this much of money. All of these things. Make a list of 100 things and keep that list with you, and keep looking at it as frequently as possible. Paste it on a wall, ideally. Keep looking at it, keep looking at it, and you will be surprised that in 10 years, many of those things will be achieved. And you will be able to achieve 90%, 80, 90% of those things before you leave this world. This is called the beautiful life. That's how you accomplish. That's how you live a life of success. So where is your list? How many of you have a written list of the things you need to do before you leave this world? Where is the list? How many of you have a list? Where is your annual goal list? Now divide those things into annual goals. Where is your annual list? I want to see your annual list. If you don't have an annual list, I can tell you that you are moving in the wrong direction. Somebody sold you the wrong plan of life. Somebody sold you a wrong plan of life. If you never learn that you have to set goals, you have to write down your goals, you have to make a list of the things you need to achieve written down. Until you write those things down, you have a wrong plan of life. I want you to write down what you need to achieve. Now, the list of the countries that accept USMLEs. Sorry, we'll talk about that. But before that, the list of the states that allow you to practice medicine in the US without residency. So write down the list: New York, New Jersey, Virginia, Florida, Arizona, Idaho, Illinois, Tennessee, and what else? What else is left? Massachusetts. Okay. So this makes 8. I remember there were more than that, and at least I remember 9. So what was the one? New York, New Jersey, Virginia, Florida, Arizona, Idaho, Illinois, and Massachusetts and Tennessee. So these are the list of the states that allow you to practice medicine in the US without residency. So yes, and then you later do residency. So read about these details of provisional licensing, how you can get provisional licensing. Make sense? Now let's move to the next topic. What countries accept USMLEs? Many people want to know, right? What countries accept USMLEs? Okay, so there are several countries that accept USMLEs directly and indirectly. By directly, we mean you can directly go into residency after taking USMLE in that country, but some countries will require you to complete residency in some state or have some kind of experience. Only then they will accept it. For example, Canada. Canada will accept USMLEs if you have practiced medicine in some other country. So number 1 is Jamaica, of course, USA, then Canada, then Ireland, and check Ireland and Pakistani students, by the way. Anyone graduated after 2009, you can practice medicine in Ireland without any exam. Do you know that? Contact Irish Medical Board, okay, and ask them. You don't need any exams. Okay, now the next thing. Next thing is what other country? Same, check Germany and check Switzerland. Okay, so yes, USMLEs will be accepted if you have residency in some other countries. And especially if you have already done residency in the US, then you want to move to Germany and any other country in Europe, then they will welcome you. Everyone welcomes you if you have done it in the US. Now, what else? Other countries. South Korea, China. South Korea, China, and Germany will need language. So make sure you learn the language of that country if you want to move to that country. And what else? Singapore. Yes, Singapore accepts USMLEs. Do you know that? Yes. So contact Singapore Medical Board and ask them what is the procedure. Okay. And then the Middle Eastern countries, they accept USMLEs. What are the countries? UAE, Qatar, Bahrain, Kuwait, Lebanon. Okay, and Saudi Arabia, after some kind of residency or practice in some countries, they will be able to accept your USMLEs. But Saudi Arabia will not do it directly. That means you cannot directly go into residency. So that's how it is done. And all those who are interested in Israel, that also accepts USMLEs. Okay, so these are the list of the countries. Now, what else? New Zealand and Australia. New Zealand and Australia, they both accept USMLEs. But in New Zealand, they may ask you to take the exam, their step 3, before you can practice medicine. That's how you do it. Okay, that's how you do it. So everyone, make sure you subscribe to this channel so that you can keep watching my videos. Okay, so make sure you guys are connected with me, and I can keep giving you the information and guidance how to go about it. Okay, now the master's degree. So make sure you get a master's degree from your home country or any country. If you want to do that in the US, that's wonderful. In the US, there are 2 ways. Of course, the one way is to apply through SOFAS, the whole procedure where you'd require GRE. But there are still some universities that will not require you to take GRE. So you just contact the universities, make a list of the universities alphabetically, I would suggest, and start contacting. And then organize that list according to GRE, non-GRE universities. It means that which universities want GRE, which universities mandate GRE, they work through SOFAS, SOPHAS. Kish Shitish Tahal, thank you. Saw you live after a long time. Just wanted to thank you. Your sessions are awesome. They changed my life. Oh, thank you. One of the nicest comments. Thank you. So I will try to be live as frequently as possible. I have noticed that students need real help. So these sessions will be there for you now from now onwards. Okay, so that's how you take admission in the US in master's programs. Make a list of the universities and then start searching, start calling, start emailing. The problem is people don't want to do their own research. See which universities will accept you without GRE. That's how you do it. Then the next thing is the free universities. Do you know many countries in Europe and of course in Brazil and Argentina, there are universities that provide degrees for free. See which ones are online, and if they are not free for non-Europeans, then they will have a very minimal amount of fee. Yes, did you know that? So European countries have free master's degrees if you are a European. If you're a non-European, then still that would be very, very affordable. Now, specialty based masters, like for example, masters in internal medicine. Do you know that there is a master's program in internal medicine? Do you know there is a master's program in neurology? Do you know there is a master's program in psychiatry by University of Cardiff, UK, and University of Melbourne, Australia? They're 100% online. Did you know that? Check those things out. Check UK universities out. Specialty based. And then when you apply for US residency afterwards, imagine what will be your chances of getting residency match if you have done specialty based masters in internal medicine, masters in neurology. Just imagine what will be your chances. Okay, so guys, that's it for today, I guess. So ask me any question before I leave. I will leave in next 5 minutes unless you guys have any questions, so I can take some more questions. Anyone has any questions? Let me see if everyone. Okay. Okay, guys, thank you. So I think all the questions have been answered. So master's programs, you now know that degree in any country matters. Of course, it will value lesser in the eyes of many job employers than a university degree of Harvard, for example. But remember, the real thing is knowledge. If you have more knowledge than the person who graduated from the top Ivy League university, you are more valuable because knowledge is the real thing. Run after knowledge. Don't run after the piece of paper. Run after knowledge. Knowledge is reflected in your personality. Knowledge is reflected in your personality. Piece of paper does not reflect on your personality. If you just get a master's degree by minimal effort, you did not learn, and you just pass barely, it will be reflected in your personality. With low confidence, low self esteem, the way you move, it changes everything. The way you move, the way you stand, the way you shake hands, the way you have eye contact, the way you use your language, everything is different if you really study during your master's program. Doesn't matter what university. In the UK, does research methodology worth doing because I don't have full GMC registration? Hira Babar. So Hira, now the question you're asking is not clear. What do you mean by research methodology? Do you want to say that you want a research job in the UK and you're asking if it is worth it? Or you're asking research methodology master's program or bachelor's program? Okay, yes, of course, if you have legal status in the UK, why not? If you have legal status in the UK to work, why not? Try research positions. Try research positions and ask them if you are sitting in any other country and you're applying, then ask them about the visa process. That do they assist in visa process, or do you have to directly contact the embassy to do that? Contact them, and but it all happens when they really like you and they select you. And how do you contact them? I have already mentioned, make phone calls, let you check the website, email, and then make phone calls, and ideally spend some money, send a physical letter, paper letter. Be unique. Everyone sends emails and many people make phone calls, but very few write physical letters. Physical letters have more power nowadays because everyone tries to go for shortcuts and with emails. But the moment you send a physical letter, they will value it more. With your signature at the bottom, they will value more. They will remember you. That, wow, what a candidate sending a letter. Think out of the box and keep applying for all possible positions. Search Google. Google has everything today. Research positions or research assistant, research fellow, research associate positions in the UK. Google it. Yes, physical letter content, same as email. If I were you, I would do my signature as well. And some of the letters I would write with my own hands rather than typing and printing it out. People will respect it that, oh, she wrote it with her own hands. Doesn't look bad. Many people would say it looks bad if you're very unprofessional. No, no, you don't understand right now the power of handwritten letter. It's a sign of respect. People see it as respect, especially in the Western culture. That he took time to write it with his own hands, or she took time to write it with her own hands, and then send a physical letter. Same organization that you sent email to, send a physical letter. See the response. And you tell them in the email, in the letter, that I also sent an email. I made a phone call as well. I'm interested in this position. Please let me know how I can get this position. That's how you do it. And meanwhile, keep applying for GMC registration and keep applying for jobs. If you have more publications, more research background, more publications, it will help. Both will help to get the research position and to get the job faster as in a foundation year or any program, registrar or whatever position you're looking for, non-training job. You can get it if you have publications. And as I have mentioned, we have our research program. So anyone who is interested in the research program, you can send me a message. You all have my WhatsApp now. So I will reply to you and we will address that. Okay, so research program, you can not only just learn everything about research, like research methods, research method, research design, research methodology, everything is covered. Different kind of study designs are covered. At the same time, you work on a real project as the primary author in the specialty of your own choice, and you can then collaborate with other students that we have. So yes, it's a real active and passive learning together. That's how you can succeed in the program and add research background on your profile. So if you are interested, you can contact me there on WhatsApp. But right now I'm answering career related questions, master's degree related questions, USMLEs, non-USMLE options of how to be a clinician in the US. Remember, I said you can be a clinician in the US without USMLEs. Now, many would say, no, how is it possible? He is exaggerating. He's making it up because he himself said that you cannot be a doctor in the US without USMLEs. Yes, you cannot be a doctor in the US without USMLEs, but you can be a clinician, non-doctor in the US without USMLEs. Okay? So anyone who says, listen to me once again, anyone who says to you, you can be a doctor in the US without USMLEs, he's lying to you. But anyone who tells you you can still be a clinician in the US without USMLEs is telling you the truth. For example, you can be a psychologist, you can be a nurse, LVN, RN, nurse practitioner. These are different kinds of nurses. Nurse here in the US is not like the nurse over there in India, Pakistan, and other countries. It's not like that. Here, nurses are very powerful and they are very, very educated and they make good amount of income as well. So it's not that kind of nursing if you are thinking of that. The world is different. Outside your home country, the world is different. So nurse is a very, very noble job. Okay, so I understand people have bias against the nurse profession in many countries, in Middle Eastern countries and Asian countries, but here in the Western world, no, it's not like that. Okay, so now what else you can do to be a clinician in the US without USMLEs? You can be a therapist, like physical therapist, occupational therapist. Occupational therapist is one of the most, I would say, high in demand profession with least number of unemployment rate. Occupational therapist. If you are occupational therapist, you cannot remain jobless. I can assure you that. I have seen that with my own eyes. They dictate their terms of employment. There are very few. They are very few. Okay, so now, next thing. What else you can do? You can be a respiratory therapist. Yes, you can be a respiratory therapist. You can be a mental health therapist, and mental health therapists can be of different kinds. Simple mental health therapist, substance use counseling, substance use disorder therapist. What else you can do? You can be a family therapist. And of course, psychologists I already mentioned. So all of these are therapy and they are considered clinicians. What else you can do to be a clinician? What else you can do to be a clinician? Yeah, licensed social worker. They are also clinician. They do therapy as well. So you have no idea how many options you have to work as a physician, as a clinician in the US without USMLEs. Just be a psychologist, be a therapist, mental health therapist, substance use therapist, and what is that called? Mental health and family therapist. Okay, different kinds of therapists are there. And what else you can do? You can do physical therapy, occupational therapy. Both are very, very good, wonderful, powerful. Occupational therapist is the most powerful one because they have least percentage of unemployment rate. The last time I checked, 1% unemployment rate, and I can tell you that those 1% are deliberately not working because every organization wants occupational therapists. People wait for occupational therapists like crazies. Oh, is there any occupational therapist applying for our hospital, our program, our company? So people really, really want occupational therapists. Now, what else? Respiratory therapist and the nurses are of three kinds I already discussed. So these are the options. You can still be a clinician in the US. So that's how you go about it. Does that make sense? Everyone is clear about it. Anyone has any questions about it? Anyone has any question before I leave? I will leave now. And I will see you guys on next Monday, same time. Next Monday, same time, and with a little different topic, and I will answer questions. It is possible that some people have the same questions, but I try to accommodate everyone. So we'll see you next week. Okay, thank you guys. Thanks a lot. If anyone has any questions after this session, then you guys have my number now. Okay, thank you. Have a good day. Thanks a lot. And we will meet next week. Okay, bye.